Finally, you made it! Welcome to the Inner Circle! My name is Darius, and this is your introduction to our community. I will explain you here step by step on how you can take out the maximum out of the Inner Circle, how it is supposed to help you, how you will take your benefits from this education, and what you can expect from it. Okay, so very quick introduction to myself. My name is Darius. I'm trading right now almost 4 years in this market, and when I say I'm 4 years in this market, I really mean I am 4 years in this market, non-stop, every single day, except of the weekends, of course, but also on the weekends, I've been always grinding to find my way through this whole scam business here. What we can see is there are so many fake educations out there. You will hear so many things, so many edges that you can follow, so many strategies. And I'm not saying right now, okay, they're all bad, they're all scammers or all these things, but I just found for myself my personal way. Okay, and what I understood is by going this very long and hard way, I understood that forex trading isn't easy. Okay, now you will laugh, of course it is not easy. Okay, I know, but for me, when I started this business, okay, somebody made me believe that this business is easy. Okay, you can just learn step by step a few rules and you will do it. Okay, you're just one step away to get multimillionaire and living your life that you've always dreamed from, right? I'm here to tell you this is not the case. This is really not the case. Also here with the Inner Circle, just because you join right now and you will get access to my strategy, to the whole education that I provide you here, this will not make you automatically millionaire. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, don't be right now mad at me because you think you are here in the best community and all these things. From my point of view, you are in the best community here. But what I wanted to say is it will still take time for you. It did took me 4 years to come to the level where I am currently. Okay, so I tried out many educations. I tried out many mentorship programs and all these things till I came up with my solution, which I just built up by learning from this corner here, from that corner there, from this community, from this mentor, from this YouTube video, and so on. So I just summed up the whole knowledge that I gained over 4 years, and I developed my personal edge on that, and I can share it with you here in this Inner Circle. Now, what I meant by it will take time is that whenever you're learning a new strategy, you need to understand you're starting like from scratch. Okay, that's what I did by myself also. Whenever I tested something, I always started from scratch because you need to build up confidence by trading this. Okay, because you also need to not forget that trading is at the end 90% mindset. 90% mindset. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but it is the honest truth. Okay, now of course you could, for instance, trade right now a normal support resistance strategy and you could be profitable, but what I can tell you is that if you trade such a strategy, your emotion state will totally destroy you, because you will take loss after loss because you're trading something which is not really how the market works. Okay, this is like the biggest difference right now from all these common strategies that you can see out there to our strategy, because our strategy is really built up by pure market understanding and by just understanding on how these big institutions, the smart money, okay, I don't like the word smart money concept that much because it is right now, everybody is taking it in their mouth and they think that they had the cheat code because they know how smart money concept trading is. But trust me, the majority still hasn't had any clue about it because they don't know how to use all the concepts properly. They do not rethink anything. They still look for some patterns, and you will see that what we do here is not a pattern trading or anything like that. We do trade concepts, okay? And we have not only one concept, not two, we have a few concepts, and we need to apply them directly. And this is the point what I want to make. You need experience in using these concepts properly to a specific situation. That's all what trading is in reality. Trading, or every single day, the chart is telling you a specific story. Your job is to use all the concepts that we have and build up your story around the price delivery that you have at that morning. When you trade, for instance, the London session, you need to build up your story by using our concepts, and then you need to figure out your entry that you like to take. Because with our strategy that we have, you have multiple options to trade. Okay, there isn't only one move. There aren't two moves. There are a couple of movements that you can trade. And this is the point. You have right now a strategy here, which is perfectly backtested. So I'm using right now this strategy right now, I don't know, over 2 years right now. So I'm trading right now this style of trading over 2 years. And of course, I always refine more and more things, because you will start making always failures with any strategy that you do. Every normal human will make failures. And if you start reflecting your failures every day, or you start reflecting the price action on a daily basis, and that's what we do here, then you will start realizing that, yeah, there are more potentials. There are more potential refinements to your strategy. And this is like, my strategy has changed right now, or is changing almost every single few months, okay? It is just constantly changing because I'm improving myself from day to day. I start recognizing more and more things, more and more scenarios, because that it is what price is giving you. It's always giving you a specific scenario, and you need to recognize it using your concepts. And sometimes you're good at recognizing it, sometimes you're not good at it because you totally forgot about that one scenario. And yeah, the problem is there are so many scenarios, and this is why people will get confused. And this is why I can give you here the exact rules that I use on a daily basis. You will not be able to take the same trades as me. Maybe one or two will be the same, but that's it. Because the other thing, it will be just experience. So remember that, guys, experience will make the biggest difference in your whole journey. And this is the problem, or this is also our advantage, why we can be profitable here in the Inner Circle, because we know the majority of the retail traders do not really fail due to their strategy. Okay, they do not fail because they use support resistance, but they do fail because they cannot take this business on the long run. They are just not meant to be traders because they will give up. They came with the wrong intention in the market. They think, I will be quick rich here, but that's not how it works. So I will show you right now how your process will look like when you will start here joining the Inner Circle, because the process is a little bit different than the majority is trying to tell you that it is. Okay, so everybody thinks like, okay, you will be here very quick rich and all this blah blah stuff, but I'm here honest to you. You have here a pretty crazy education, and you will probably recognize that by yourself by just watching video after video. And you will see, yeah, it is pretty insane what we do here. But you will also understand it will not happen overnight. It will not happen in your first month, not in your second. It depends in reality on your experience level. So like, for instance, if you are somebody who is like already trading right now a few years, and you come right now here, then you will say, boom, okay, this is what I needed. That was my last piece of information that I can really sum up everything, and I can really trade every financial market in every current state that it is. And yeah, that's the thing. But not the majority of you will have this point. The majority will start almost at zero, or have like 1 year, 2 year experience, and not even in SMC, only in the normal retail trading world. So they will start their journey here, and yeah, these are your first steps, right? So you will start making like an uptrend, right? You will just start making a few steps, but at some point you will lose. At some point that will become a phase where you will not recognize things that good. But important is for you that during this phase where you do not see the results coming is to not give up, because this is where the market will test your mindset. It will test you and will really require from you that you do not give up, because this phase where you will not make profit is for you the most important phase. It is not the phase where you're actually gaining money and profit in your trading account. No, it is the phase where you're losing, because this is the one that will form you. In this phase where you see, okay, I'm in a drawdown, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, 20%. I don't know how far you will go or how good your risk management is, because if you have a good risk management, you should not go too much in a drawdown. It should not be even possible that you will go. You will see later on in education. But this is the time where you will start rethinking. You need to understand it's like the human being a few thousand years ago, where when we wake up, right? When we wake up at that time, we needed to go for a hunt. We needed to hunt our meat for the day. And the people at that time have been super focused, because they've been in a very bad situation, right? They wake up, they're super hungry, they haven't eaten for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days, so they're super hungry. So their focus is super crazy. They need right now to hunt that one animal because they need to eat something. And at that time, this is the downtrend right now, like here in your trading journey. That was their downtrend in their daily basis life. And what they do is your brain will start work greater if you do not give up, right? That's a very important thing, because people will then, the majority of the people will just give up in a situation like that. They will say, okay, no, I haven't eaten something for 3 or 4 days, I will give up, I die. That's what the majority will do. Now, this will make right now the decision. You need to make your decision right now. Are you an average person, or are you somebody who's going to give 100% so you can really take your business to the next level and you will be really profitable in this business? And these are always these phases where you're in a drawdown, where nothing looks good, when many things in your life will start to be super negative. Because that's the point. Whenever something is negative, something is not running good, everything else will be attached to it, and more things will go bad for you. I promise you that. I went through these cycles, okay? This is a normal life cycle. You need to go through that. And if you can manage that, and for me, it's my 4th year right now in Forex trading, right? And this is what made me the person that I am currently, because I never gave up on that. I always understood there is a perfect strategy for myself. There is a proper education out there. I just need to find it. I just need to understand it. I just need to watch the market every single day till I will figure it out, what works the best for me. And what works best for you is to be in an emotional state where you're always happy, even if you take losses or if you take winners, no matter what it is. You should be happy. Never be too negative. But I know that these drawdowns just simply occurs. Okay, it's something which I had many times in the past. Right now, I can tell you that right now, from around 1 year, I'm constantly just increasing my profits. For me, it works pretty good, and that's just because I already, I went through that multiple times and I understood, hey, risk management is important, strategy is important, trading plan is important. All these basic things are just important, but of course, you need a good education in order for you to work that out, okay? Because if you will still go with support resistance, probably the majority is not made for that. So personally, me, myself, I was never support resistance trader. So I understood from the beginning, this will not really make for me the difference at that point. So this is where I switched pretty fast. And I always looked for a way where I could go very aggressive in the market. So if you see my Instagram stories and all these things, you see exactly what I'm doing. I go with a 1 pip stop loss. I go for a 20 risk reward. This is basically what I am meant to do, right? So this is how I feel comfortable. I do not care if I lose 1, 2, 3 trades in a row, because I know the 4th one or the 5th one will be the one that will bring me back all the profits. And this is how my mindset is also built up. Okay, so important again. Whenever you're in a phase where it isn't a drawdown, and even right now with the strategy, it could be the case, it will be the case if you are not already super experienced. This will change then with time. You need to just start rethinking, are you applying everything right, and so on. And by you rethinking that, you will see, oh yeah, it's going good. Of course, then at some point again it will go a little bit down, but then yes, it's going up higher and higher and higher. You will just growing your account. Sometimes you will have then also these kind of consolidations in like a trend, right? It's super funny to see that, but that's the honest truth. This is how it works. But as you can see, the longer you're trading, the better it will be for you, that you will not really go that much in a drawdown anymore, because you will just start really understanding how this business works. So you will just constantly improving yourself until you are at some point of where your first goal should be. Okay, so like 1 million, 10 million, and so on. Okay, for instance, now everybody has different targets because everybody's starting with a different account. But here, just what I wanted to illustrate you is that at the beginning, you will have these drawdowns more aggressively than in the future. In the future, the more time you will spend, it will be just even better for you and more easier to understand this whole thing. And for me, I would just say this is how it looks like. This will take you 3 to 4 years until you will come to this level where you've always like dreamed about. Everybody, like I said, has different targets and so on, but I can promise you that after the first 2-3 years, your business will really start like this, skyrocketing it. The first phase is super bad. Many do not even start with an uptrend. They start immediately with a downtrend. Okay, for me, that was not the case. Me personally, I just started immediately with crazy profits. Don't ask me how I did that. I always had a kind of a feeling for the market to understand when it will return, when it will not return, just by understanding basic concepts. But then for me, I need to tell you that this phase here was kind of tricky for myself. Okay, this was a very cool phase. This was the biggest shit in my life. Then I started, but immediately I just dropped down. So this is more than likely what the majority is dealing with, this kind of situation right now, and they want to see this. Okay, but this will not occur if you didn't went through all of this, and it will just take time. Now, what I can promise you is, here in the Inner Circle, I'm trying my best to bring you automatically to these results. I cannot guarantee that. Why? Because I don't know how good you are. I don't know how focused you are. I don't know how bad you really want it. Because if you don't have a good mindset, I can give you the best education. Your way will not look like that. Your way will look like this. Okay? So, important for you to understand, everything just depends on yourself. 100%. I can just give you the best tools, but you can have the best tools if your mindset is not good, if you do not build up a clean routine, if you do not really learn everything, if you will just skip videos because you think you already know that, then that's your fault. Because like I said, we are not an average SMC community here. What we are is a very advantage form of SMC, where we're still learning. We're still in the process of learning. I'm not saying that our strategies right now, the top 0.1%, no, there's still a way to go for, and that's what I'm looking for to go. And you can just join our path here. You can be here, part of this path, and you can go with us. So, what can you expect right now in Inner Circle? How does it work? How many channels do we have, and all this good stuff? Because I know if you're not a Discord member yet, or you didn't use Discord community, it be a little bit confusing to you. But I will explain you now step by step how everything looks like. You have the main channel. This is where I'm posting announcements, right? So I'm sharing with you, okay, the next Zoom call will be at that date, at that time, for instance, or any new changes, or upcoming events, upcoming new education, upcoming new boot camps. There are a lot of things that can come up, or I don't know, any kind of polls where I'm asking you something about, or I don't know. Then in the main, what we also have are the daily forecasts. So I personally only trade the Euro USD. Currently, I'm also trading the GBP USD. These two pairs are my pairs that I'm looking for, because these two pairs are those one which I spend the most time in the market. So I'm a really believer of, if you try to manage one or two pairs, you will really manage them, because you need to understand the specific behaviors of every single individual pair. And this is why I'm only trading two pairs, and this is why you will get maximum two forecasts. So forecast for EU and forecast for GU. And I try to also give you forecasts for both sessions or 3 sessions. It really depends. I trade Frankfurt session, I trade London session, but I'm not trading every day Frankfurt session. I'm trading every day London session. New York session, it's optional for me. I'm not the crazy expert in the New York session. So in New York session, I lose sometimes my position. This is why personally I'm not that highly interested in trading the New York session, but I'm also trading it. So I'm trying to also give you their forecasts if possible. Okay, so analysis with forecast. What your job is, just to clean that up, is I'm sharing with you the M15 zones, and you need then to apply the entry confirmations. You should go there, refine it to an M5 OB, to an M1 OB, and then wait for your confirmations that you look for. You could also just use confirmations on M15, for instance, if you don't have time to go in the lower time frames because you're at work. Okay, so this is up to you and how you're going to handle that. What I highly recommend you is, of course, to go first in the education before you're trying to trade these forecasts, because it will not work from the start. So let's just go then to the education. Education, there is everything explained step by step, which means you should go from the start till the end, everything you should watch. After every single concept that I'm presenting you, and even if you know the concept, I promise you, you will find something helpful. Because like I said, the details of every single concept are those that are relevant. Everybody knows what a supply demand or an OB is. Everybody knows what a support resistance is. Everybody knows what market structure is. Everybody knows already everything at that time. And this is exactly the problem that we have in our current time. We have too much information, and there is so many wrong information. What I'm going to give you in the full education are going to be different perspectives to these concepts that everybody already knows, because there's a reason why I can trade them profitable and why the majority cannot trade them profitable. And of course, experience is there a big time, but also the where and how I view that, because I made so many wrong trades, so really a lot of wrong and stupid mistakes, and I've learned from them, because I'm right now already 4 years in this business, and this is exactly what is important. And I've always been a person who is reflecting everything. Even if it went right, I wanted to know why it really went right. Was it because of my concept that I use, or was there a different reason, or has there been more concepts that I could have been applied to it and I just used only the OB, for instance? Okay, so super important to understand that. So what I recommend you guys is to really go step by step through the whole education, and that's what you should do. Then what is important, if you are on this education side, the hints. I have there an extra channel for hints where I just wrote down a few things which I just recognized over the time, right? So for instance, we're trading today EU, I went long and it went wrong, for instance. Then I noticed, okay, that's the point where it went wrong. And I like to write it sometimes in the hints. Like for instance, look at this. The reason why I made the mistake today on my trade was because I forgot to use this concept, or I used it wrong. Happens to me myself. It's because we're human, so sometimes the market is super psychological, it wants to make you believe it will go in a specific direction, and then it really goes in that specific direction, and that's the point where you're going to even scale in your positions, and that's exactly the point where it will then just reverse and go against you. And sometimes also me, I'm victim to that, because it is like yeah, you think you will win now, and it's 100% chance, and that's not the case, and the market will always try to develop you the price in that kind of form. So yeah, definitely check out the hints. There are also student notes, so you are allowed by yourself to write your notes that you have, so your personal hints that you have and you want to share with the community. I like to look over it, to give it a check, to say, okay, is this right now good while you write it down, or is it just bullshit and it does not make sense? Then I will say it clear to your face, yo man, this is not right. Okay, so make sure that you're writing there high quality notes, but of course it's good to write there something. Then if we stay at education, this is the education section. You also have weekly content. What is the weekly content? Weekly content are the Zoom calls that we're doing. Okay, so we are doing actually 2 times per week. That's what we do. A Zoom call. We're doing Zoom calls where I would just go over the price action on that specific day or the last couple of days. It is always random. I also like to share or introduce you a concept one more time, because I recognize it that week, well, this is super important concept and I forgot about this and this aspects of it. Okay, this is why a community itself is so wonderful, because you will see failures from other traders as well, and you will start reflecting them, because you just see them, they are making they're making a point to that one point, and that's you're rethinking it, and then you know, oh, this doesn't make sense, or yes, it makes sense. Oh yeah, that perspective is interesting, and you just start rethinking more and more things out of it. And this is the point, you know. This is why I'm trying to also give in the weekly content whenever I see something on the on today's or in this week price action. Sometimes you will see almost the same scenarios every single day in that one particular week, and it's just insane. And then I would just point that out and I tell you, look at this. Tomorrow we have a very high chance that market would just do the same thing, because it's right now so easy. Okay, so that's the weekly content. I also like to make sometimes outlooks. Okay, so I do not tell you right now how many outlooks I will make and all these things, because that's super random. But everything is recorded. So every Zoom call is recorded, every Outlook is recorded. So every form of content here in the Inner Circle is recorded and will be available for the full community. So if you have no time to join the Zoom calls and so on, everything will be online for you. Then the next page, the next channel is the support channel. So I know that many of you will have problems. Okay, they will have questions. You can write them down in any chat channel, so we'll go over this then as well. But in the support channel, you have their specific channel where you can just write your question. Maybe I forgot to answer your question. You can also write me, of course, a private message in Discord. This is also possible. The best is to make it in public, to make it in the support channel, to make it in the normal chat channel. Why? Because then everybody can learn out of it. This way we can clear out questions which probably the majority has and they haven't wrote it down or haven't asked it, and at that way everybody can look, oh yeah, somebody already asked that question. So also for you, if you have right now no clue about some points, go to the support channel, go to the question section and read through the questions, because also there is content for you, content where it is already answered, questions and all these things. Okay, you can make here also content requests. If you say, hey, oh Darius, some things are still not clean to me, could you just make another video, or could you just map it out in the next Zoom call? Also there is a nice feedback channel, so that's what would make me pretty happy if you would just write me there some feedback. Of course, you can write it to me in direct message as well. You can write it down on Instagram. I really would appreciate that. If you like the work that I'm giving you here in Inner Circle, I would really appreciate you if you would give me a feedback. This way we can also communicate it to the outside. You all know how this industry works. Everybody is skeptical when it comes to these channels. Probably also you've been skeptical. Now you're here, you're watching this video, you're just thinking of, okay, will this really change my life or not? Yes, okay, so if you will then get some feedback from the customers, then that will just make a big difference for the majority. And I think that is what you could do in order to help the overall people as well, you know. So not only helping me here, you're helping everybody, because I'm a super serious man here. I'm trying to really give you the best value that's possible for the best price, of course, possible. And you would really support it if you would go to the community feedback channel. Then what else do we have? We have a very nice chat channel. So we have their fun, we have their motivation, we speak about funding, all these things. Of course, we have the main chat channel where everybody's supposed to write something down. And also, if you're new, go there, introduce yourself to the community. We're living right now in a world where everything is online, okay? So it's never bad to have here relationships online with people all around the world. The inner circle here, we have people from all around the world. We have from every single country almost that exists there who is interested in the Forex markets, and they have availability to network connection, they have a MacBook and they want to start a business. Everybody is welcome to join us, and therefore you can really communicate here with all people from almost all around the world. So feel free to go there, introduce yourself, tell your name, your age, your experience in Forex trading. Just tell us what you're doing here, what you expect from the inner circle, and if you're motivated to crash the markets. Then we have here the analysis section. Analysis section is super interesting for you on a daily basis because here you should post your trading IDs. Like I said, I'm posting mine in the main, okay? And what you can do is try to be faster than me. Try to make your point already before I'm sharing my ID and prove it to us in the community that you already understand it and you got it. Show to us what kind of versions you have. Show us what you expect from the market and why, and what your lessons have been so far. And this is how you can grow, because if you're commuting yourself to the community, if you just share on a daily basis, and trust me, I've had many people already here in the inner circle, and I know exactly who is good and who is not good. And I promise you, those people who are good, they are posting, because this way they are like making a promise at that point. What do I mean by that? You're posting something, that means it could be wrong what you posted there. So you are in you have a motivational point that your analysis will be right. Maybe today when you post, it's wrong. Maybe the next day you're right. Maybe the day after tomorrow you're already are again right. This is a very nice feeling, and this is what gives you big motivation. And also to the other ones, when somebody sees, oh my god, he's crashing, I need to post myself. And then everybody's engaging, and then you will see different points of different analysis. You can of course here post EURUSD analysis, GBP/USD analysis, USD/JPY analysis, all other forex pairs, indices, or what you want. You can post it in analysis section, and this way everybody can have a view, right? Because somebody do not trade EU and GU because they think they don't need that. I highly recommend you to trade these two pairs, because this way I can really help you the most. But if somebody's trading another pair, then he wants to see, okay, what kind of perspectives can we expect on this today? Because sometimes people are just confused. They have no clue about what market is doing or what it is supposed to do. And when they see an analysis, they can get a feeling, oh yeah, it makes sense. Or they say, no, this just simply doesn't make sense. And this way, everybody's growing, you know? And that's the point what I want to make. And this is why I highly recommend you guys to post everything you can in the analysis section. Next channel is the crypto channel. Now I know this one is not one that everybody will look for, because some people say, yo, I'm not interested in crypto that much, but I share there by myself my long-term analysis and perspectives for Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Chainlink, and all the cryptocurrencies that I am invested in. I also, I do not really make analysis there for trading perspectives. I don't know if I will start doing that, because of course it makes sense to do that, but so far I didn't plan there something. But yeah, you're more than welcome if you're a crypto trader to post their analysis as well, like everybody else is doing here in the analysis section. But here we have also a point, which means other. You can just place your Bitcoin analysis if you want. Also there, if you want to use it for a daily analysis, for a daily trading perspective. Okay, I think that's it, guys, for the introduction. I know it's a long one. Hopefully you watched it right now till the end, because if you did, you really understand what we're about in the inner circle and what our, yeah, standpoint is, what we want to do with us. So my last point I want to add is I would like to work with everybody from you here on the long term. Why? Because I know exactly, and I promise you guys, you will not make it in the first month, except you're super experienced already. I want you to be here. This is where I want to see you. Now, I cannot promise you that you will get it in the first month. I cannot promise you that you will do it in the second month. But what I can promise you is that if you will stay here with us, at some point you will be there. And also here, do not compete with others. You do not know all these people. You do not know how many accounts they already blown. You do not know how many strategies they tried out. You do not know how many backtesting hours they spent, how many nights they just been backtesting, how many nights they've been just trading and looking for something. You do not know that. And if somebody would just crash the market right like in the first month, it doesn't mean that you are bad or you didn't understand trading or anything like that. It just means somebody's more experienced than you and he has right now an advantage over you. Use that as a motivation to understand, oh yeah, if somebody can do it, I want to do it by myself, and I know this is possible. This is what I can expect from my future. So whenever you see somebody who's at some point in life where you also want to be, use this as motivation, because you know if you will take the same steps or similar steps like him, you will come to this level. Okay? Promise you, everybody from you can take on a daily basis a 1 to 20 risk reward trade. It will just require time, patience, and of course a lot of hours behind the screen. Okay, so I would say that's it for the introduction video. Hopefully you are crazy motivated, so make sure to go to the chat, make sure to introduce yourself to the other ones, and I wish you, of course, a lot of fun. Whenever I have questions, I'm here to help you. I'm in the chat. Just tag me if you want to say something to me in public, or I should just go here on EU and give you feedback to your chart or anything like that. Tag me, write me a direct message, anything you like. I hope you're motivated, guys, because I am crazy motivated for this inner circle community. I want it to grow. I want to be here with you. I want to really make a big part here in this industry and to really kill it with you all, guys. Okay, so thanks for your attention. Thanks for your trust that you are here. I'm super blessed that you're here. Really, this is no joke. I'm a super happy person, so whenever I can help people, it makes me just super happy, and I hope that I can help you. If you have any issues, like I said, okay, something you didn't expect, or I don't know, any concerns, feel free to write me. I hope to clear them, and I wish you a lot of fun. Bye bye, guys.